Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Turkish ebook before it's gone.
Selam arkadaşlar, ben Zehra. Hi everybody, I'm Zehra. Welcome to TurkishClass101.com's 3 dakikada Türkçe. The fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Turkish. In the last lesson, we learned the numbers from 1 to 10. Have you forgotten? Here, I'll tell you again. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. And now, let's continue from 11. 11 11 12 12 13 13 14 14 15 15 16 16 17 17 18 18 19 19 and finally we have 20 20. Okay, now repeat after me. I will say the numbers and give you time to repeat each one. 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20. These numbers may seem harder to remember, but if you notice, there's actually a simple pattern to them. All you need to do is add numbers to the end of on, which is 10. So for 11, you just say 10, on, and 1, 1, 11. Let's not stop at 20. Counting to 100 is super easy. Now, I'll give you the tens. 20 20 30 30 40 40 50 50 60 60 70 70 80 80 90 90 and 100 100. While you have to memorize a few of these numbers, there are a couple of tricks that will make memorizing them incredibly easy. Notice that 60 is 60 and 70 is 70. These have a lot in common with the Turkish word for 6 and 7, right? 6 is 6 and 60 is 60. And 7 is 7 and 70 is 70. 80 is 80. Doesn't it sound familiar to 8, which is 8? 8, 80. And 90, 90, is just like the others. It also sounds similar to 9, 9, 9, 90. The last thing to learn today is how to form compound numbers above 10. This is also super easy. Take the tens and simply add the numbers you learned in the previous lesson. Let's try it out. How would you say 56 in Turkish? Let's take it step by step. 50 is 50. and then add 6, 6. 56. It's done. Isn't that easy? Let's make another number. For instance, 98. Take 90, 90, and add 8, 8. 98. After only 2 lessons, you're now able to count to 100 in Turkish. In the next lesson, we are going to put your number knowledge to use. Do you have all the skills you need to go shopping in Turkey? If not, I'll be waiting for you in our next 3 dakikada Türkçe lesson. Görüşmek üzere.
If you're tired of knowing and speaking the language at a basic level and want to express yourself fluently just like native speakers, then you'll need to learn grammar. The problem? It can be tricky to learn. But don't worry, in this guide you'll discover how to learn and master grammar with the Grammar Bank. 1. Where to get all of the grammar explanations you'll ever need. 2. The best way to learn grammar that's right for your level. And 3. How to expose yourself to real examples until the rules become natural to you with a study tool called the Grammar Bank inside of our learning program. But first, if you don't yet have access to our program, sign up for a free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description. First, what is the Grammar Bank? The Grammar Bank is like a grammar dictionary, except online. It's a database of the must-know grammar rules and explanations that makes it easy to look up specific rules and learn them. Look for it in the top menu of our site. 2. How do you learn grammar with it? The best way to learn grammar is not to just study rules, but to learn in context and hear the grammar used in real life. And that's exactly how you learn with our lessons. You learn a quick conversation and hear how the grammar rules are used within that conversation. 3. What if you come across grammar that you're not familiar with? Or what if you want to review a specific rule without going back to redo a lesson? That's where the Grammar Bank comes in. You can look up grammar rules and get the explanations, examples, and links to lessons where we cover these rules. You can also sort grammar by learning level. So if you're an absolute beginner and want to make sure you know all of the absolute beginner grammar rules, you can do just that with the Grammar Bank. You can also sort the rules by spelling, category, and lesson series. And if you want to get used to the grammar patterns so that you can use them in conversation and become fluent, the best way is to expose yourself to examples as much as possible. Grammar is hard at first, but gets easy once you get used to it with enough exposure. Be sure to access the related lessons inside the Grammar Bank and listen to the native conversations that use the rule as much as possible. So, if you want to become fluent and speak perfectly, you'll need grammar. Take advantage of the Grammar Bank inside of our learning program. But if you don't yet have access, sign up for a free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description to sign up.
Selam arkadaşlar, ben Zehra. Hi everybody, I'm Zehra. Welcome to TurkishClass101.com's 3 dakikada Türkçe, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Turkish. In the last lesson, we learned how to count in Turkish. I hope you spent some time practicing the numbers, because they will come in handy today. We're going to learn how to go shopping in Turkey. Before we go, you need to know how to say, how much is it? Bu kaç para? Bu kaç para? Are you ready to go to shopping in Turkey? Let's go! You see something you like and want to ask the shopkeeper how much it costs. The first thing to say to a shopkeeper is, affedersiniz. Do you remember what that means? Excuse me. Affedersiniz. Bu kaç para? Affedersiniz. Bu kaç para? If you want to be more specific when asking, how much is this? You can either point out the object or show it. If you're holding the item, you probably should use this. Bu. Affedersiniz. Bu kaç para? However, if you're pointing out the item, that would be more suitable. Affedersiniz. Şu kaç para? At this point, the shopkeeper can answer by saying bu, şu, or o, and then the price. For example, bu 21 lira. Şu 21 lira. Or o 21 lira. What number is 21? I'm not telling you. Okay. It's 21. It costs 21 liras. Now, it's time for Zehra's insights. A quicker way to ask how much is ne kadar, which literally means how much. For example, bir espresso ne kadar? One espresso, how much? At this point, can you count liras in Turkish? We're going to learn how to do this and much more in the next lesson. I'll be waiting for you in our next 3 dakikada Türkçe lesson. Görüşmek üzere.
Want to master grammar so you can speak properly, express yourself better, and understand more? In this video, I'll show you how to master grammar with our lessons and learning program. Let's begin. Number 1. Listen to the lesson conversations and explanations. In every lesson, you learn a conversation. Then, our teachers break down every word and grammar rule. So you're actually learning grammar rules in the context of conversations, and you can easily see how they're used. Once you're done, review the conversation again and again to remember what you've learned. Number 2. Read the bonus explanations and tutorials. With the lesson notes, you get extra grammar explanations and examples that are not presented in the lesson. After you're done with the lesson, read the lesson notes for extra review. You can even save them as PDFs so that you can access them anytime. Number 3. Leave a comment on the lesson. Once you've learned a grammar point, be sure to use it. Leave a comment in the comments section. Write some example sentences for practice. Our teachers will review your comment and give you feedback. Number 4. Unlock even more grammar lessons. If you want to find all of the grammar lessons available, visit our lesson library. Under Category, choose Grammar. You'll get all of the pathways and lessons dedicated to helping you learn and master sentence patterns and grammar points. So, if you're ready to finally learn a new language the fast, fun, and easy way, sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Signing up takes less than 30 seconds, and you'll start speaking from your very first lesson. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share it with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye!
Selam arkadaşlar, ben Zehra. Hi everybody, I'm Zehra. Welcome to TurkishClass101.com's 3 dakikada Türkçe. The fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Turkish. In the last lesson, we learned the phrase affedersiniz. İngilizce konuşabiliyor musunuz? Excuse me, can you speak English? We mentioned the word affedersiniz, which means excuse me in formal Turkish. In this lesson, we are going to learn how to use affedersiniz and other words when apologizing in Turkish. We should use affedersiniz in formal situations, such as when we are ordering something in bars or restaurants. For example, affedersiniz, bir kahve alabilir miyim? Excuse me, can I get a coffee please? Affedersiniz, bir kahve alabilir miyim? We can also use it when asking a question. Affedersiniz, Sultanahmet Camii nerede? Excuse me, where is the Blue Mosque? Affedersiniz, Sultanahmet Camii nerede? Sometimes we also hear people say, kusura bakmayın, which means the same thing. You use it when you want to draw someone's attention. We always use this phrase in formal speech. Kusura bakmayın. Kusura bakmayın. The informal way to say excuse me is affedersin. Affedersin. Just like affedersiniz. We can use affedersin when asking a question or when apologizing. We can also use the word pardon. You might hear this phrase translated as forgive me in English, but it is not formal or strong at all. Turkish people use it in very casual situations. All of these phrases can be used for either excuse me or I'm sorry. But if you really want to apologize for something, it might be better to use a different phrase. That phrase is özür dilerim. It means I'm sorry and can be used in both formal and informal situations. Özür dilerim. First, we have özür, which means apology. Next, we insert the Turkish word for I give. Dilerim. Özür dilerim. Now, it's time for Zehra's insights. Please remember that, in Turkey, if you accidentally bump into someone, we don't say I'm sorry, özür dilerim. Instead, we say affedersiniz or pardon. Are you able to count in Turkish? In the next lesson, we will learn the numbers in Turkish from 1 to 10. I will be waiting for you in our next 3 dakikada Türkçe lesson. Bir dahaki dersimize kadar görüşmek üzere.
Learning to carry a conversation is vital to mastery of any language. Even beginners can quickly learn conversational language well enough to carry on real conversations with native speakers. Of course, beginners won't be able to carry a conversation the same way they could in their native language. But just knowing a few tips, like which questions to ask to keep a conversation going, are all you need to speak and interact with real native speakers. Before we get to specific suggestions, let's first take a closer look at how having real conversations in your target language is so vital to your mastery of the language. Communicating with other people is the very point of language, and conversation comes easily in our native tongue. For beginners, or anyone learning a new language, conversations aren't easy at all, and even simple greetings can be intimidating and awkward. Nothing kills a conversation faster than long periods of awkward silence, so you need practice and specific strategies to avoid them. When you know what to say to keep a conversation going, communication becomes much easier, and you make a better impression on your listener. Nothing will help you learn to speak a language faster and truly master the language than having real conversations with native speakers. Conversations quickly expose you to slang, cultural expressions, and vocabulary that force you to absorb and assimilate information faster than any educational setting. And that's a great thing. But how can you possibly have real conversations with real people if you're just starting out? Here are 3 proven methods that even beginners can quickly use to learn conversational language to make a great impression and avoid awkward silences. First, ask questions to keep a conversation going. For beginners and even more advanced speakers, the key is to ask questions to keep a conversation going. Of course, they can't be just random questions, or else you may confuse the listener. But by memorizing a few key questions and the appropriate time to use them, you can easily carry a conversation with minimal vocabulary or experience. And remember, the more conversations you have, the quicker you will learn and master the language. Second, learn core vocabulary terms as quickly as possible. You don't need to memorize thousands of words to learn conversational language. In fact, with just a couple hundred words, you could have a very basic conversation. And by learning maybe 1,000 to 2,000 words, you could carry a conversation with a native speaker about current events, order in restaurants, and even get directions. To help you get started with this, check out our 2,000 common words, also known as our core list. These 2,000 words are all you need to learn to speak fluently and carry a conversation with a native speaker. Third, study video or audio lessons that you can play and replay again and again. If you want to know how to carry on a conversation, then you need exposure to native speakers, and the more, the better. Studying video or audio lessons is ideal because they provide contextualized learning in your native language, and you can play them again and again until you achieve mastery. Our instructors have created more than 2,500 video and audio lessons that you can play over and over. And the best part is, they don't just teach you vocabulary and grammar. They are designed to help you learn to speak and teach you practical everyday topics like shopping, ordering, and more. Although it may seem intimidating for a beginner, the truth is that it's very easy to learn conversational language. Just learn a few core vocabulary terms and which questions to ask to keep a conversation going. Our language learning program has the world's largest online collection of video and audio lessons by real instructors, plus tons of advanced tools to help you learn to speak and carry on a conversation quickly. Just a little practice and exposure to real conversations or lessons is all it really takes. So, if you're ready to finally learn a new language the fast, fun, and easy way, sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Signing up takes less than 30 seconds, and you'll start speaking from your very first lesson. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye!
Selam arkadaşlar, ben Zehra. Hi everybody, I'm Zehra. Welcome to TurkishClass101.com's 3 dakikada Türkçe, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Turkish. In the last lesson, we learned some words used when apologizing in Turkish, including affedersiniz and özür dilerim. In this lesson, we're going to learn numbers in Turkish. Yes, numbers, sayılar, from 1 to 10. And you're going to learn them only in 3 minutes, 3 dakika. Are you ready? Let's start then. 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 4 5 5 6 6 7 7 8 8 9 9 and finally 10 10. Okay, now repeat after me. I'll say the numbers and give you time to repeat each one. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Great job! What is before 1? Do you know? Let's find out then. Ready? 0 0. You don't have any more excuses. You can give your friends your cell phone number in Turkish. Let's try together. We will use the phrase benim numaram, which means my number is benim numaram. Benim numaram 5 3 3 1 2 2 4 9 6 8. Can you read it by yourself? 5 3 3 1 2 2 4 9 6 8. Perfect! Do you know the Turkish word for 100? In the next lesson, we are going to learn the numbers from 11 to 100 in Turkish. Your task is now to practice the numbers we studied in this lesson, from 1 to 10. Görüşmek üzere.
Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Turkish ebook before it's gone.